What is good, team? Welcome back to another video and first sunset ride on the R7. It's looking beautiful out here. I am today for the first time not wearing leathers, as you can see, and it is noticeably colder. Just to clarify, I'm wearing all other gear. The only thing I'm not wearing is leather trousers. This is a slow ride, a chilled ride through somewhere I know very well at a time that should be pretty quiet. So I decided, you know what. And also, one thing I haven't thought of, whenever I've been riding so far, I've been riding for the sake of riding. But what I'm doing now is riding to actually go somewhere. So you're not always going to want to be dressed in riding gear. So times like these, I'll actually be changing to shorts pretty much as soon as I get there, given that the sun is out and I'm bringing summer, even if it's not quite summer yet. Feel the lack of protection, but I do think it's worth it on short journeys. So we're heading from Bournemouth into Christchurch, going for a drink at the boathouse. I say a drink, going for a Coca-Cola at the boathouse. And I think this is one of the nicest runs through. Should we go to Mudderford? The actual really nice bit is driving from my new flat to here. So this ride is actually not, it's only really the last bit that's really nice. But 3 days in with the R7, still absolutely loving it, naturally. Don't think I'm ever going to change that. That should be interesting to know how many miles I've done on this thing. I've probably done, picked it up on Thursday, I've probably done roughly 20 miles a day, something like that. I reckon I've done 60 miles on it so far, which actually, now I say it, doesn't sound like very much. But I think it's a lot on a bike for 3 days. I think. That bit of road is so bumpy. Oh, look at the sun glistening on that building. How good is summer? Everyone's mood, everything's just so much better. I'm going to try and get videos out most days, because I'm going to be riding in some vein on most days. And some of them probably going to be pretty boring, because it's going to be me riding and just talking whilst I ride, and sometimes it's going to be about nothing in particular, other than to just appreciate the bike and the weather. And hey, this is now open. Yeah, and the beauty of living down here. We'll take the coastiest road we can possibly take. So, question for bike people: how often do you use your rear brake? I just used it there, and it made me think. That's the first time I've used my rear brake without I've used it to just test out the bike in the first few minutes, but that's the first time I've used the rear brake in normal riding. I know that people don't use it that much, but should I be using it more? I mean, I can't imagine this is going to be the case, but should I be using it less? Like there, for example, coming up to most junctions, I wouldn't bother using it at all. I would just go front brake. Let me know, bike people, is that right? This is the quickest we're going to go on this ride. This entire ride is 30 miles an hour max, hence the lack of gear. Anyone who knows me and is watching and knows this area will know pretty much exactly where I'm going. One of the go-to spots for cool photos, videos. It's fine, don't mind the reds. Happy to go to the front of the queue. Cheers, guys. Look at that. Now at 30 miles an hour, this bike, funnily enough, feels less agile than it does at 50, 60 miles an hour. Again, probably pretty normal, but not something I'm used to, because you would think the faster you're going, the harder it is to control. But actually, when you ride slowly, you realise that the bike wants to be ridden fast. These are made to be ridden fast, especially sport bikes. They're made to be gunned. Probably doesn't even feel comfortable at 50, 60. It probably even feels comfortable at 100. This bike's probably 70 or 80 because it's not that fast. But the big litre bikes, I mean, as you saw from that R1 in my last video, they just rev like crazy. I hadn't turned my terrible gear change, and also hadn't turned my indicator off, so I turned left with a right indicator on there. Still some way to go to become good at this bike, to have an understanding of this bike. This is just the weather for riding, isn't it? Nice cool evenings. I can feel the wind. I don't even need to worry about these bumps. This one more so. Is it a blip? I'm going to try so I go down to first. Is it the blip? No, the blip's whilst you're... That was a terrible gear change. The blip is whilst you're with the clutch in, or no? Because then it just pumps out like it did there. Tell me, bike people, am I blipping the throttle as on a change down? Am I blipping the throttle as I release the clutch, or just before? What an evening. It's that classic thing of just you got to assume no one's seen you, especially with the sun. The sun's behind me, so everyone pulling out of these roads and wanting to turn right, they probably aren't going to see me. I'm going to have to assume every single one of these cars is turning. What a place we live. Yo. Actually, let's go right. We're doing this for the vibes, aren't we? For the views. Ha 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 ha. You beauty. Look at that. I'll sit up for this. Look at that. Unreal. .33. I feel like I'm going so slowly. Can't even explain how difficult it is to keep it under the speed limit. Oh, this is such good lighting. I love all the sand on the road down here. Such a Cali feel to this part of the world. It's just so so tempting to just put it up above 30 every time. Learner. We can chill for the learner. I always think this area seems so American because everything's low-rise and there aren't kind of massive segregations between each house. So fences, and are you letting me go? Thank you. Thank you, learner. You'll do well. I don't know if it comes across in the video, but it's just a straight bit of road like this, you just want to absolutely hoon, don't you? Yeah, I just met you. This is crazy. Also, be interested to know people's reflections, or people's reactions, I should say, to my reflections on the R7. If you've got one, do you agree, disagree? I know I haven't exactly made a two-sided argument. I've just been saying how much I love it and how great a bike I think it is because it looks cool. The group ride just made me think these make learning how to ride properly. I know how to ride, but learning to ride properly, just such a joy because they're nice and forgiving, but also you feel like there is enough power there that if you do get it wrong, it is a dangerous beast, and so it makes you respect it. There's enough power to respect it and little enough that you can, look, I feel like I can use, not all of it, obviously nowhere near all of it, but I can at least use some of it. Oh, look at that. What an evening. Even that, I mean, I know that's nothing. I'm doing 20 miles an hour around a very small roundabout, but I just feel like I could lean further off the bike and it would be fine. Obviously I'm not going to, but I mean, when I start to get a bit more comfortable, the bike feels like there's so much room to maneuver it. I'll be on that little bit there. So bumpy. Yeah, the bike feels like there's so much room to maneuver it. Hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Why that song is stuck in my head. What is this? MotoGP? We can both fit through there, buddy. Nice. Oh. If you didn't know where I was going before, then you definitely will after I turn right here. Ruin everyone's day with the engine noise. Well, I say ruin. I would find it would make my day if it were me, but I know not everyone feels quite the same about loud engines. Might just go clutching down here just because I'm conscious that it's very loud. Hey, I just met you. This is crazy. Here's my number, so call me maybe. Yo, easy. Some shots. Like not have some music, should change it up a bit. I hope you weren't all sleeping. It was all roses. So, nighttime riding. There we go. Okay. We'll be taking this very chilled. I'm intrigued to see what the difference is going to be like night riding versus day riding. I mean, the first thing I would say is freezing cold, but you have to expect that. I can hear those church bells ringing, ringing. Oh, what a fun evening. Also, I took a change of clothes, but I love these boots so much that I've ended up just wearing them the whole night and not even really being self-conscious about looking slightly strange in a bar restaurant with no... The temptation at night though is just to fly around because there's no traffic. Hell's Church, it's just so tempting to just absolutely gun it everywhere. I'm going to take it chill, this is 30 miles an hour. Feels fine though, riding at night. Doesn't really feel any different to riding in the day. Oh, timing, brother. Yeah, it feels no different at all, other than the joy of a lack of traffic. And everything's not quite as pretty, but c'est la vie. Which way am I going to go? Go along the coast actually. Even though I can't see the coast, I'm still going to go that way. We're going to go around this guy. Nope. I saw my soul revival, and everything go there. I think I might even prefer riding at night. I can see the screen so clearly, there's no glare on anything. It's a lovely experience. Don't like not being able to see the road as well. You would be seeing in the daytime on the left, there's a beautiful view out to sea. Fun evening, went for drinks in Christchurch, heading home. So everything I see on YouTube, it appears to me that people ride much faster at night than they do in the day. I don't understand that. It feels good because there are less likely to be police around, I understand that, but have the confidence to be absolutely gunning it at night because you just don't know what's in front of you on the road. A pool for me is 0 to 30. For most of these guys it's 100 to 190, but for me it's the fun is way down below. Ah, yes, what a change. Terrible throttle control. Also, I'm probably more careful right now because if anyone's driving around absolutely hammered, what are we, 11:30 on a bank holiday Sunday? It's probably pretty prime time for people driving around. Well, who are absolutely off their face, so I want to give myself time to avoid those people if I have to. In the unlikely event that I have to, but we go through Bournemouth town centre. Go and see everyone absolutely off their face. Am I just tempting fate by doing that? Shall we? Let's do it. Let's just go and have a look, see what's going on. I assume people will be out. Been away, been alone. Oh man, road closed. Kidding me, bro? Might just do a little U-E here, I think. It's not a one-way, is it? No. Well, that's a shame. This is all we get of Bournemouth town centre. Not exactly pumping. I'll be cheeky. Well, that's probably going to be a wrap for this video, guys. Fun evening. Enjoyable to have an evening/night ride. Look forward to the next one. Let's go.